Yes. If something
Ma'am,
is
we can
creating an
start, ma'am.
exception and so on.
Yes, Karthik, please start.
As long as you
Yes, ma'am,
maintain
we
this
can start.
exception behavior.
Can I start?
Yes, ma'am.
Alter.
And I can hear some other extra voice. Can you ask the person to hello, Karthik?
Ma'am, you can start, ma'am.
Huh. Good evening, and everyone. Welcome back to this third and last interactive session for our course, Introduction to Film Studies. I am your instructor, Aysha Viswamohan from IIT Madras. This is our final interaction. We have already met 2 times before. And just to give you some general guidelines, please keep submitting your assignments on time, because if you miss submission of assignments, then you won't get another chance. Secondly, regarding the format for the final exam. So the final exam will also be just the way you have been seeing in your assignments. That is, it will be of MCQ types. So how do you prepare for the exam or for the final exam? Please go through your assignments once again, all the assignments. At the same time, watch the videos all over again in order to prepare yourself better. Again, I repeat, your exam is of MCQ nature. That is the way you have been receiving in your assignments. I'll start with answering your questions. So, Ravish Pandey, I want to pursue my PhD in AI filmmaking. I wouldn't know who is guiding in artificial intelligence kind of filmmaking. So at least till date, I haven't heard of anyone pursuing and guiding where the research guidance is possible in this particular field. But yeah, all the best. You please keep looking around. I wouldn't be able to guide you here. Saurabh Kumar wants to know appreciation you will be conducting on history of Hindi cinema. It is very much there. If you want to watch film appreciation, what I said was that in my next course, that is film appreciation, there are a number of topics covered for in the domain of Indian cinema. Hindi cinema as well as regional cinema. That's what I meant. So I'm not doing anything specifically on Hindi cinema, but yes, I have covered history of Hindi films, cinema of Satyajit Ray, musicals in Hindi cinema, and melodrama in Hindi cinema. So yes, I want to know when you will be. Yeah, NPTEL will offer. So please keep watching their calendar for the next course, and you can join it. Thank you so much for your interest, Saurabh. Bomik wants to know editing and film production. Editing, I think I have done an introduction to film studies course. I talk about the various styles of editing. If you want to learn hands-on, you may want to perhaps join a film school, which will give you practical sessions on film production and film, how to do editing and how to do film production. Ami Satsangi. What's the difference between Vista Vision in the Brutalis and the CinemaScope and IMAX? You will find these answers very well clearly on the Google. You keep Vista Vision and CinemaScope. Yeah, it's an improvement on the existing technology. The difference is that of technology. It is a very nuanced thing. For practical aspects, you may want to join some film school. If you want to know the base definitions, please look up the Google. Arvind Kumar, how to approach film theory? Well, film theory, you have something, let's say, I will give you example, which you have already seen in the course. I discussed a theory called author theory in detail. Author theory is specific to film studies. Okay, no other field of inquiry or academic inquiry has anything called author theory. So let me give you author theory, which I have already done. Now, if you want to apply author theory to films, how to do it? Take the works of a specific filmmaker and apply the theories. So there are books, the theory books on author theory, and then you look at any filmmaker of your choice. If you want to look at Satyajit Ray, you want to look at cinema of, let's say, Vishal Bhardwaj or Yash Chopra from Hindi film industry, or Raj Kapoor from Hindi cinema. Let's say from the South, K. Vishwanath or L.V. Prasad or K. Balachandar, not L.V. Prasad, sorry, he was more like producer, but let's say K. Vishwanath's directions and, for example, on K. Balachandar. Apply the theories of author theory to the works of any director whose work fascinates you. So that's how we do it. Coming to another aspect. Now, author theory is, as we have already established, is specific to film studies. But then we can also apply other theories to film studies. For example, race or space or gender, things like that, theories like that. And you can select, but firstly, to understand this, you have to be very familiar with the theory and then take perhaps text and or maybe filmmaker and apply those theories to the works of that that filmmaker or even to that star. So it all depends on which theory interests you and how comfortable you are with the theory. Ashish wants to know how semiotics draw meaning. Yeah, it's very simple how semiotics draw meaning through films or relate to filmmaking. So semiotics has, as already explained in the lectures, image, an icon, an index. So you have to understand these concepts. And let's say, I'm giving you a very simple example that suppose there is a close-up shot of a gun. Definitely, it's not a comedy scene. You know that it's a murder about to happen. Someone or maybe violence is about to occur. So the very presence of a gun means something. It means that the reference is towards a kind of violence that has already occurred or a violence about to happen. So that's how. So nobody is going to tell you that I'm going to kill or not kill. But the presence of a gun establishes. So therefore, that's gun is imbued now with meaning. What is the meaning? Violence that is around the corner or that has already happened. So that's how semiotics works. So image points towards certain meaning. I'm giving you a very simplistic explanation. However, to know more, please watch the videos. And if you like the theory of semiotics, then there are a number of books that you can consult. How much impact is AI going to have in future? As we are already told that AI is going to impact the way people are going to make films. Not just that, but also the way people are going to write dialogues or stories or screenplay, which is all right. Any kind of positive and new technology is always welcome. However, It all depends and remains to be seen how much the creative aspect is going to be impacted. So, are we going to have an out and out AI generated movie very soon? I don't know. I haven't yet, but I can give you a very simple, accessible example. Someone just mentioned The Brutalist. So, in The Brutalist, which had won the Best Actors Academy Award for Adrian Brody. So, we are told that in order to acquire that Hungarian accent, because the hero is a Hungarian Jew. So, what we learn is that a part of his accent, I mean, Adrian Brody partially owed the success of his performance to his accent, and which was not completely derived but was aided by AI technology. So his voice and the accent, it was enhanced by AI. And therefore, this Oscar was a bit controversial. So much can be said on both sides that after all, it doesn't really matter. It was a brilliant performance. We all agree. But some would say that because his performance was aided by AI, and therefore it was, the purity is affected. So it works out always. Mahavir Nasimha impact on Indian film industry, not yet familiar with, so I won't be able to. Mahavtar's Nasimha impact on film industry. I have to watch the movie. What is your favorite genre? Oh, please do not ask me my favorites. I want to ask you a few questions. Please suggest me a book on great Indian directors who were influenced by French New Wave. No, I don't think there is any such book. Any book where it says that great Indian directors who are influenced by, I haven't yet seen any such book. But and you see, Satyajit Ray definitely was influenced by international filmmakers. For instance, he was, if not assisted, um, he learned a lot by observing Jean Renoir when Renoir was in India during the production of his The River. So that's the time when Ray met Renoir, and he was interested in filmmaking. And at the same time, we also had, I think Ray was exposed to Italian neorealism. Okay, so those were his immediate uh, interactions with world cinema. Uh, there could have been more, but this is what is documented, very well documented, and that's why I'm giving you the example. During the late 60s and the early 70s, many of the great directors who were working during that period, they too were influenced by world cinema. Especially those directors who had been Yeah. Hello, I'm back. There was a slight disruption in my internet. I was talking about Uski Roti and how the director is focusing on passage of time. And he's trying to tell you that how, the time stands still. And therefore, the repetition, the constant repetition, and the camera just stands at a place. There is very little movement because it wants to reflect the everyday life of this particular woman. There's not much action, not much non-stop kind of an entertainment as we are used to. So see, these films become high art. They are capturing the reality of life, but then audiences have to be mature enough to enjoy or to appreciate these kinds of films. Okay. Mr. Karthik, do we have more questions or have I answered everything?
Up to let us
No,
say
ma'am, no more
all
questions.
value 0 and we compare. If both are not equal, just go back to the
No more questions?
thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So, students, it was great interacting with you. I hope I have responded to at least some of your queries. So, my advice to you before exams is please revise the lectures, watch them all over again, and go through the assignments once more. For other administrative queries, don't worry too much. When is the date and venue and hall ticket? All that information will come to you through the NPTEL office. Administration will get in touch with you, so you will receive the relevant information in your inboxes. So don't worry. Focus on preparing well. Thanks so much for joining and all the best.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Garth.